Of the 12th of February 1692, a horseman arrived through the snow and he handed a letter to the sergeant in charge. And when the sergeant opened it, you could see that it was signed by King William, and it simply said, "Put all the men to the sword, let none survive." So what had happened is King William had decided he was going to kill them in order to show how strong and powerful a king he was. That night, as the leader of the clan MacDonald, a man called Donald MacDonald, he went into his house, he closed the door, and from the shadows the sergeant stepped out. He drew out his bayonet and he stabbed him repeatedly in the heart. As Donald MacDonald fell forward, he screamed, and all the soldiers in the village, hearing the screams, leapt out of their beds, drew their swords and started to attack the boys and men. The women and the girls in the village, seeing what was happening, they fled off up into these hills. Of course, it was winter, it was dark, and many of them also subsequently died in these hills. The next morning, by daybreak, the village was lying in ruins, the buildings were on fire, and 37 of the MacDonalds lay in the snow, dead. The Campbell soldiers packed up their equipment and they started their march back south towards Inverary Castle. Gradually, news of this atrocity spread out across Scotland, and it became enshrined in Scottish history as the Glencoe Massacre. Now, where we're going to stop in a moment is actually on the site of where the original Glencoe village was. So you're going to be standing above where the massacre took place. It's often said that you won't hear a bird sing or tweet in this part of Glencoe, and I have to say there is a very, very strange atmosphere at this place where we're going to stop. So when you get off the bus and you're taking your photographs and stuff, have a wee think about what I've just told you, okay, and the story, and just think about the 37 men who were murdered and executed in the ground just in front of where you're standing. Now we go round this corner here, there's a waterfall on your left hand side. It's not been particularly wet, so I don't think it'll be very impressive. But you'll see anyway, it's on your left hand side. If you come up here in the winter and it's been raining very heavily for days, this waterfall could be enormous. It could be spraying right across the road. There it is there. Yeah, it's not very impressive. Okay, so I'm going to stop in this car park. There's an interpretive board or panel just to the left hand side of the car park which tells you a little bit more about what I've been talking about, the Glencoe Massacre and stuff, okay? If you do go over to the edge, please be careful. This is a new car park, so the edges are very muddy and very slippy, okay?